Hello students, this is Dr. D. Gokila, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science PG. Today I am going to deal about the types of MongoDB in your NoSQL. So earlier concept we have seen about the advanced NoSQL. Now we are going to see about the types of MongoDB that is present in your NoSQL. So when we go for the concept, we are going to see about four different types of NoSQL databases. One is called as key value stores, and the next one is called as column family stores, and the third one is document database, and the fourth one is graph database. So in these each types of NoSQL databases, we are going to prepare about the types, characteristics of those particular database, how that databases is used for pertaining the NoSQL features in order to help us to save with the minimal number of redundancy. So this is what we are going to see in this video. The first concept is key value stores. So the key value stores is otherwise called as tuples. So it is mainly used for implementing the hash table methodology. That hash table methodology is mainly for unique keys and values with index pointers. So this key value stores is used in many of the distributed databases. The examples are Project Vaultmart and Aerospike, Amazon DynamoDB and Rike, and all these are examples of these key value tuples. So when we go for the key value tuples, it is also essentially used with unique key values, and that values will have an index pointers. So unique key values are the values that is different from other values that is used to identify a record in your table, and this unique key values is used to identify with simple and easy implementations. So when we go for this key value tuple stores, we have the advantages such as it will be increasing the performance, scalability and the flexibility of your particular databases, and also it pertains your schema in such a way that the performance of your record will be improved, and the scalability, it supports two type of scalability. One is vertical and also horizontal scalability, and also it is very flexible to the users. So when we take about the disadvantages, there is no schema or architecture, but where we are very unique to identify the data. And the best thing in this key value is that it is very less complex even when we compare to huge data sets. So this is the first type in your MongoDB data types. The second type is your column family stores. So when you go for column family stores, it also stores with unique keys, but when we go for the previous one, key value tuples, it has only single column. But when we go for this column family stores, as the name suggests, it contains multiple columns. The main concept of this column family stores is creating the columns in such a way that the column families are the super columns, and these column families are nothing but the collection of the columns which have the key value pair. So the identification of this column family stores mainly depends upon the types of the key values that is present inside this column values. So this super column is a column with unique values that not only contains one super column, more than one super column is also present. So this collection of column families has no super columns at all. The best part in the column family stores is that it is a complex data sets, and it is performing scalability and the performance issues also. And when we compare the previous slide with these one, we have only values with the columns in the key value stores. Now we have one key. That key contains multiple constraint values. That is, one data is divided into three types of data, where the complex task is divided into multiple simple tasks. It contains value 1, value 2, value 3, so that it is easy for you to fetch a particular data. Next one is document database. So when we go for document database, each document can be identified with the unique key values, and that unique key values will be acting as a JSON documents. So the JSON documents is an important element in your NoSQL database that is used for pertaining and identifying a particular data in your database, and it will be also a semi-structured data that stores a particular value, and it has an interrelated values associated with the keys also. So the document database are used in many of the real-time environment like Rethink databases, MarkLogic databases. So these are the company databases that is pertaining in the real-time environment that uses the data type called as document database. The best part in this document database is that it is interrelated with the values. That interrelated values will be associated with the keys. And also the advantages of this document database is that a file or a document can also be relating to a multiple complex data, and it will be very flexible, scalable, and the performance oriented. The thing, we have to memorize the query in the document database. The last part of the type of the database is a graph database. So it is implementing graph theory with the flexible graph model, and in the graph database is used by the many of the companies like Neo4j, Infinite Graph, and Titan and Infogrid are also using this graph type of databases in MongoDB. So this data is represented with the n number of interrelated relations where the edges between the nodes and documents are pertinent to each other. There will be no specific rows and there will be no specific columns, but we have schema, and the document specific model needs a RESTful interfaces that can be made with the pertaining features for implementing the graph database with the graph model. The advantages of using the graph database is that the data is complex but definitive relations can be identified with the help of graph database. And when we go for the disadvantages, clustering and complexity plays an important role in the graph databases, which is difficult to understand in the graph databases. So these are the 4 type of MongoDB databases which we have seen now. The summarization is key values, document stores, column values, and graph databases. Thank you for listening.